Hello guys, in this video I am going to discuss about how we can call a stored procedure from database first approach in .NET Core 3.1 and .NET Core 5 using Entity Framework Core. So this is the part 2 of same video series. So let me move to Visual Studio. Okay, so here you can see this is the same video where I had left. Okay, so now let's move to the first step. What we need to do, so the first step is we need to create stored procedure response class. Here you can see this is the response of stored procedure which we need to bind in the class. Okay, so all these columns or data should be present in that class. So let me go to the notepad. So here it is, the first step, and the first step is we need to create this parcel class get user by id. So let me move to Visual Studio now, and here in the models folder I will create one class, and the class name will be this get user by id, and here you can see this is the class. And let me now copy this complete class here, and I will paste it here. Okay, so also let me remove this thing because I want to keep the same model as others, like in the profile we can see here. Okay, so I don't want to change the namespace for this specific get user by id class. Okay, so let me also remove this. So here it is, we have done creating the class. The first step is completed. Now let me go to the next step. Okay, so the next step is to create action method. So now to create action method we need to copy this action method from here. I will explain about this. Just let me first copy this, and I need to create the action method inside the controller class, and let me first paste it here. So here it is, this is the get type of action API endpoint, and here I have given it a unique name. Okay, user by id, and here I am accepting the id of type GUID from the query parameter. Okay, and here I am calling the store procedure, but here you can see I am getting one error here. So now let me go to the next step. What we need to do now, we need to add the class into the database context. Okay, so now let's move to the third step, and here it is the third step. Let me copy this, and here I need to paste it here in the context class after this refresh token. So here you can see the class name what we have created right now is referenced from here. Okay, so now when we will call the procedure, then the response will be binded into this. Okay, so now let me move to controller, and here you can see now we are not getting the error. Okay, now we are able to navigate from there to here by pressing F12. Okay, so now we need to add one namespace or one reference from an SQL interpolated class, because this is for calling the stored procedure. So I need to add its reference, and the reference is using Microsoft.Entity Framework Core. So let me click on that, and now the reference is added at the top. Here you can see this is added here. Okay, and now I am able to use this, right? And here after this, here you can see this is the same. Okay, this is the same what I am calling from right here. Let me use the same, okay, for better understanding. So I am executing once again. So here you can see I am getting the same data here. So now let me go here, and here I am also calling this as asynchronous. So therefore I have made this endpoint as asynchronous type. Okay, and the response we are getting in the list of get user by id, and that will be returned using this iname variable of get user by id. So now the work is done, the implementation is done, and now we need to run the command here. So let me put a breakpoint here, and I will run this IS Express from here. So let it run first. So here you can see now our project is running. So now let me go to the Postman here. So I am going to call this third one API weather forecast and user by ID. So I will come here in the Postman here, and you can see this is the same API user by ID, and I have passed here ID as a parameter because I am accepting here as ID in params. So this is the same thing, the parameter I have passed. Okay, and this is the user ID, and now let me click on send. So you can see here the compiler have reached to the breakpoint, and here is the ID we can see here. And now let me press F10, and now here it is calling the store procedure. And we got the result here as count 1, and inside count 1 we are getting the complete data of a user which I have passed in the ID. So now let me just click on continue. So here you can see we got the complete result here. Okay, so like this you can implement or call stored procedure in database first approach. Okay, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. And if you have any comment or any doubt, you can ask or you can write in the comment section.